to Oklahoma High School girls basketball between the lines on this Monday night. What's up, Coach?
What's going on?
Man. Just got in, caught the freshman game tonight, Coach. We're going to watch Del City boys and girls versus Colorado boys and girls. Good game, the boys game. Went overtime. Zoe didn't play tonight. She didn't play the freshmen tonight, but they did good. I'm proud of them girls, man.
Good.
Annabelle Brindley. Got to give my little girl Mia a shout out, man. This young lady's come a long way, and I just want to give her a big time shout out because this girl's been working, and you can see it. I think she's been working with Marcus over at Showtime, but man, she's done some good things, so I had to give her a shout out. Cool. Well, I can do that, Coach, because it's Oklahoma High School girls basketball because we keep it real. We keep it real and say no Facebook page. This is a real show, huh? What? Hey, wait a second, Coach. Where's Baller at? Let me see Baller.
You want to see Baller? Baller gonna go 24/7 live one time.
24/7, folks. That's what we got. We got our own fish called Baller.
We got Baller in the house.
Baller in the house. You got the hair background in a fish tank.
Yeah,
Baller's a baller. That's what we do. But folks, we come to a special night on Monday night to bring you the top 10 games. Everybody be back in action. School will be back. Some started school today, but we'll be back in action come tomorrow. So me and Coach put something together real quick, not too big, but we need y'all to get off your butts and get out there and like and subscribe and look at the show. Our thumbs are down. Our views are down. I don't know what y'all watching because we're the best thing in town. That rhymed a little bit, Coach. Rhymed a little bit. But yeah, we need to get up here and support these girls, man. I mean, we're getting closer and closer to the state. You know, as we can see, we're in the month of January. Like school's back in section for the second semester. We got some pretty decent games coming tomorrow night. Some of these games are big time meaningful games. If you lose these games, you could be putting yourself in a bad situation trying to get into a good season to the playoffs. What do you think, Coach?
No, I mean they're tough games to come back. I mean, some are coming back from rest. Some are coming back from a tournament. So are their legs ready to go? I mean, it's kind of like the playoffs in football. I mean, the teams that took that bye week, I think they were like 10.
Yeah,
I think Indiana might have changed that, but some people don't want that bye week. They want to play.
Got to keep playing, Coach. You got to keep playing. Got to keep them legs.
We'll see.
Got to keep playing. But Coach, let's get to the top 10. I know it's
put these standings right here for some of these people. Boom. All right. Oh, we top 10. Yeah, let's get them up. I mean, we talking about some big games, but first one on that list.
Coach, it's a big one. I think it's more bigger for El Reno than it is for Midwood City. Midwood City already took care of business at El Reno's home. Now El Reno got to go take care. Try to get try to get home court advantage back by going to Midwood City tomorrow. They open up the season. Beginning of the season. Now they turn around and play each other for the second time. I know the young little point guard had gotten foul trouble the last time they had played, so hope they can keep her out of foul trouble. But Midwood City. There was their first game with some of those freshmen, so now they got a lot of games under their belt. So and they're playing at home. I mean, the if anybody know the Bomber crowd, man, they're gonna be rowdy. They're gonna be ready to go. A big time ball game. Playing Jennifer, Douglas, the 2-time state champion in 5A. You can knock her off for the second time, and they're gonna be walking around with your chest poked out. So big time ball game. I think Jennifer, she might have learned some things the first time playing Midwood City, and now she got a little bit more film on them. I don't think Jennifer's team is going to be like they was the first time around because it's just who Jennifer is. She's been, she's had time to sit out over Christmas break. I don't think she played over Christmas break, so she had to sit down, and her and Prince got to sit down and chance and digest the the offense of Midwood City and how to slow Brooklyn down and the rest of the Bomber ladies. So be a really interesting game. If Jennifer can get that game, that puts her back in the driver's seat. If she loses that game, that gives her 2 losses in the district and she has not played Carl Albert. Or I think she might have played Guyman. I'm not sure. Has she played Guyman? Do you know?
I got it right here. Yeah, she played Guyman.
Okay, so she
beat Guyman by 11.
Okay, so I mean, so like I said, this is a big time ball game for her. She really needs to get this game. Like I said, had to give her 1 loss, Midwood City 1 loss, and like I said, she still doesn't play Carl Albert yet. And think about Jennifer, she can pull a couple upsets off. So tomorrow night's gonna be really intrigued to see how that goes. But last time I picked El Reno. I think Middle City's gonna be too tough at home, man. You know that crowd gonna be going, man. Kids are coming back fresh out of Christmas break, New Year's Eve break, and so everybody's gonna have to find its own at the mall with their black and gold on. Cheering on the Lady Bombers in the Bomber Boys. So I'm gonna get an edge to Middle City tomorrow night.
I agree. Like I said, I agree with you. Midwest City's got, I think they just got too much, man. And it'll be an up and down game. But at home, I think Midwest City got a chance. They understand how big the game is. You stole one on the road and you get one at home. And like you said, you're up 2-0. You're 2-0 on that opponent. That keeps you up there with Carl Albert, who's undefeated in the district. So, I fixed him to lay out that preview maybe tonight or tomorrow on Carl Albert. But I already worked it up, and I was writing on that preview that, for the Carl Albert Titans, they've got a good, easy – I won't say easy, but they got it set up pretty good. But their last 2 games of the year are Midwest City, and I believe I had a Midwest City, maybe El Reno or something like that. And so, so that's going to – I think that this is going to come down if you can get on the road – if Midwest City can win at home, then I think it's going to come down at last couple games between Carl Albert and then where they're at. So, good game.
One thing is, shout out to, what's his name? H-Dog, Hoop Dog.
Yeah.
Hoop Dog, shout out, man. We appreciate you retweeting our stuff and giving us some love. We like that. I mean, that's who we are. We don't discriminate. We don't get mad. We don't talk about other podcasts or Twitters or none of that. But appreciate you guys. But we both kind of said it. I was talking about it. He must have been reading my mind. But talk about Jakari Brown. Where she's sitting at. And folks, I'm for real. I got a chance to sit down with Audrey Plunkett tonight at the middle school game, and I just told her, I said, hey, man, you got to take over. You got to be the team captain. Right. You got to be the one that's going to get 20 points, 10 rebounds, and lead these other girls, the freshmen and sophomores and the juniors. You got to be the one. I mean, you're the one that. Audrey already got. She's got the big offer from Washburn, but I know she ain't committed yet. But you are the one that can take us to a state championship. Do you really want this? Because if you want to, go get it. It's out there to be grabbed, but you got to want it. You can't talk about it. Like Rocky said in the movie, Rocky ran them stairs, coach. You got to want it. If you want it, you go get it. That's what I'm saying. If you want it, you got to go get it. But sometimes, people talk about it, but are you going to be about it? And that's what it's all about, coach, right there.
Well, you were talking about wanting it. You better go get it, Piedmont. You at UConn.
Woo-wee. I'm gonna tell you right there, coach. If Piedmont, if UConn drops this game, coach, this is what it's gonna sound like.
Man, they'll be in trouble.
Man,
trouble.
You're gonna be in big trouble, Piedmont. UConn. And Piedmont's coming. This is a must-win for both teams, right here, coach. A must-win for both teams because both teams is lost quite a bit. UConn is coming off a beating of 40 points to Edmond North. Piedmont goes 0-3 in the Mustang tournament, a tournament I thought they really could do some damage. Congratulations to Miss Crawford getting an offer from UCO. That's cool. That's big time. But now you got to go put up numbers. You got to go shoot yourself back like you was playing before. UCO offer you a scholarship because they seen something in you. But now you got to go prove to everybody why you should be going to UCO. So I think Piedmont and Mr. Crawford and his baby girl, Little Crawford, they're going to go take care of business. Sorry, Roy. Sorry, CJ. I love you. But I'm telling you right now, hey, Piedmont is still in the mix. You guys got to have this game. They got to have it. But, Coach, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I'm telling you, I saw UConn. I saw Piedmont play in Mustang, and they just didn't shoot well. And for them to put 3 games together, you're a guard-oriented team, and when you're not hitting – Miss Watkins got to step up somewhere inside. Ava's got to step up inside, and we'll see what happens. But I think it's a good game. It goes down to maybe, who takes care of the ball and who can score. And UConn's got to find an outside shooter, and Piedmont's got an outside shooter. So, I think UConn's got a tough time in scoring, but we'll see. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna do a push. Can I do a push?
No pushes, coach. No.
Can't do a push. All right. Well, I'm gonna go Piedmont. It's hard to believe Piedmont gonna lose 4 in a row. I hate to say that, UConn, but it's hard to believe that Piedmont's gonna lose 4 in a row.
But wait a second, Coach CJ and Coach Roy said, wait a minute, Coach, wait a minute. We got a chance here. We got to turn it around.
Got a
good Christmas practice. This can get them going right now. They can get this win. They can get on a 6 or 7 game winning streak because they go out play that tournament up there at Chisholm, so they can go take care of some business. And if everything goes well for them, they'll be taking on Alva in a championship. You're gonna have to get to the first round. You got Jones, and you can have Alva in a championship. So UConn, they're gonna have to play good ball. They're gonna have to play good team ball. The little point guard, it was a Kaylee.
Yeah.
The little guard, the little shooting guard for UConn.
Jefferson.
It was her first name.
KJ.
She's gonna have to hit some shots, Coach. She's gonna have to get warm. She's gonna have to get warm, and for them. I mean, I know Amira, the freshman's playing good, but the deal about a freshman, she's in the second half of the season. She's not very big. That's when you start getting bumps and bruises because these girls are bigger. I watched my baby the other day. She had a big old bruise on the arm. Probably didn't call DHS on me, but I'm just saying they're gonna need something from her. They're gonna need something from from the post game a little bit. I think that's what I think. Sometimes UConn depends too much on the three, and they do got a decent inside post game, and they do got some girls that's very athletic. So they're gonna have a big game tomorrow night because I'm telling you right now, if they lose this game, it's gonna be hard to get a good seat going into regionals in area.
Well, I tell you what, this is a game where I'm going to play the push, and I'm playing the over and under. How about that? I'll play the over and under. How about that? Can I do over and under? I'm gonna go over 23s between both teams combined. See, we can do that. That's a new way of betting there. DraftKings, whatever them deals are they got. All I got to do is worry about how many threes you're getting. Who wins? I don't know.
Coach, I just gave you the stump down. No, you can't do that. You can't do it, Coach.
All right, moving on. I'm not gonna say. I'm going over and under 23s.
23s?
23s.
I'm gonna say 30.
There might be there's gonna be more than 30 shot, but I don't know if there's gonna be more than 30 made. All right, now I'm gonna go down to Southeast Oklahoma. Now I know these teams because I've been to 2A before, and you got the Howl with Coach Chris Brown, who's a Hall of Fame coach.
Is that Chris Brown, the singer, the rapper, the dancer?
Yeah, that's Chris Brown. Yep, Chris is a good guy, good coach. And he gets kids that come in and want to play for his program, so he's going to do a good job. Great coach, great man, Hall of Famer. And then you got Hartshorn, who got to the finals of Mustang tournament, and that's the number 2 and number 4 matchup, top 10 matchup in the state of Oklahoma. So
I'm going to take Hartshorn, Coach. Coming off a big time tournament, I know they ended up getting beat by Newcastle. Top team had some of the top players in the state. They probably got 3 or 4 girls that are going to end up playing D1 basketball. Hartshorn's a little small team, but they took care of business, knocking off Mustang and, get their second win and get to the final. So you got to give them some love, especially when it's a small class like that. And you got to cheer for them, So I'm going to take Hawthorne in this one, Coach.
Woo, I got. Let me do my research here. I'm going to look real quick because, man, for me to go against Coach Brown, that is a tough go. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Man. Ooh.
Come on, Coach.
I gotta go, Coach Brown.
Coach Brown. Here we go. Coach Brown. So
I gotta go. How he finds a way to get done. And he does a good job. Good program. Great coach. I know him pretty well. So, your next matchup,
man, this is a good one, Coach. This is a good one. Union's coming off a tough loss to the TOC against the number 2 against the 2A team in Dale. Wasso, got some good girls right now. They got the young lady we had on a couple weeks.
Maddie Hill.
Yeah, Kate, Maddie Hill.
Yeah.
This girl can get a double-double. Not only is she a great volleyball player, but a great basketball player. Already got an offer to Tulsa. I know Union is tough. I really like the young lady. I didn't get to talk about her last night. The Smith young lady, the point guard. I really like her game. I know the twins are just sophomores. They're getting better and better each time they get on the court. So a lot of hype behind them. But I think Maddie Hill said, "Hey, wait a minute. It's my show. It's my house. And guess what? We're gonna knock the Davis twins off, and they're gonna get the win." So I'm gonna take a Wasso on this one, Coach. A Wasso.
Well, young lady you talk about Whitney Smith at point guard. You got Miss Edwards there as a second guard. You got twins. and I think they're gonna. They had a good run at TOC, so
Big time.
I think I'm gonna pick Union on this one. Get a tough win. It's not gonna be easy. Matty Hill, Macy Pruitt, and Sudbeck. I mean, those kids can play. So they also got their players. They got their shooters and scorers. But I'm just gonna say the press and the running game of Union is gonna be maybe just a little bit better than the outside shooting and scoring in Wausau. But it can go either way. I have to flip my coin here, and if I flip my coin, it's gonna probably say Union. So
okay, Coach. Okay, you take it Union, but I'm gonna take a Wausau in this.
You can't go wrong with that.
I think Matty Hill's gonna have 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 steals and 5 assists. March the word.
She's capable of doing that.
Yep.
All right, your next game. When I put these games together and we talk about them, we look about them, I think again, we're not talking about like a Howell and Hawthorne. We're talking about must wins, got to get one, placing. What sets the tone for your playoffs. And the next one there is Norman North and Edmond Memorial. And, Norman North needs to get a win.
Yeah.
They got to get a win. They got to get one on the road. Memorial's, I won't say they're down, but obviously they're not like they were last year. They got the low kid who's doing well. Memorial's got a couple players that can play. They got the Maddie Kirk kid that signed to OBU as far as a guard. And so they got some kids that can play, but Norman North, I think, is young guards and senior post players. So, I think maybe Coach Callan gets it done, maybe on the road against Memorial, but it's going to be a tough game.
No, I think Callan gets it done. I mean, coming off the big-time win when they beat Norman, his daughter had a hell of a night, 27 points. So, I mean, I think these young ladies are growing up. Like I said, you're in the second half of the season. This is when it really counts. This is when the game counts. And like you said, these are must-win games for these young ladies. So they understand that. He understands that. He's a great coach. I mean, not only just on the AAU circuit, but just in the high school circuit. So I think he have these girls ready. I think Edmond Memorial, they've won some. You're not talking about Edmond North here. We're talking about Edmond Memorial. Lose 2 great girls, go out and play, Division I basketball. One at Utah, one at Oregon. So I don't know. I think Callan is going to get the win. I think his daughter is going to help her pops get this win. So I'm gonna take Norman North in this one on the road.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kinley showed out last game, and like I said, had great points. They've got the other young guard. They have Gates, I believe is her name. Is that right? If I remember off the top of my head. They got the post players. So I think maybe they just have a little bit more scoring in Memorial. Now Maddie Kirk can change that. She's a 3-point shooter. And then Taylor Lowe inside can also make a difference. But I think Norman North might have a little bit more scoring. And but here you are. You're talking about win or lose. And Memorial's 4-2. We're talking about at home, and we're picking Norman North. That's just how good some of these teams are.
No, and I mean, I know everybody says 6-way every night. You got to bring it in. I mean, they're right about that. I mean, every night you can't really take a night off. I mean, I know the Colorado Titans are taking on not Booker T. I wish you're taking on Booker T. But we're taking on the Bobcats of Star Spencer. I haven't been in that gym probably since I was in high school, so it's gonna be cool to go over there. But hey, at least he's right around the corner, so it ain't gonna be too far to go get home. But just one game. But like I said, I think there's some big time matchups though. Like I said, when you start talking about the next game, we're gonna get into with Kiefer and Berry Hill. I don't know that much about them, so. I do know Kiefer is pretty decent in football and all that, and Berry Hills used to be a really good wrestling program, so I do know that about them. But so, Coach, you might to give me a little hit, a little heads up on these two.
Well, Kiefer's again ranked in the top 10 in 3A. The little point guard they had last year moved on to Chickasha, but they're reloaded. Always a good program. Always up in that northeastern part of Oklahoma, and then you got Berry Hills. They're really in the Tulsa area. And if you're familiar with Barry here, you're familiar with the young ladies that play on mostly JYD.
Yes.
And they're all 5'11", 6 foot. They can all shoot. They got the kid that came, Tycee, that came over from Cleveland, who's a 5'11" shooter. And Berry Hill in 4A, I don't know if people really know who all they have, but they do have kids that can shoot, and they'll get up and down and play tough. So, and then Keeper's just one of those teams, like you said, I mean, They just play hard. They get in there. They know what to do. And they're gonna get after you and push you. And it's a good matchup. I put it on there because it's a good matchup. And that matchup really is for rankings. I mean, we're gonna have rankings next week. I don't know where Berry Hill's at in the tournament wise, but if they could beat a top 10 team, that's the difference in when we're talking about districts and we're talking about rankings.
Yes, sir.
Top 10 team, when they vote, people look at it, they look on the side of it, what you do, win or losses, and they're going to look over there and they're going to say, hey, you know what? You got a top 10 win against 3A. And if Kiefer comes out with the win, they're going to say, hey, you got a top, you got to beat a class 4A 13 ranked team. I know who Berry Hill has. And I'm going to say I'm going to give them my edge to Berry Hill. They're just too tall and can shoot. I mean, they've got some kids that can play. The Inhofe kid is over there. So they've got some young ladies that can play and hoop it up. So I'm going to give that one to Berry Hill.
No, good one like that. Like I said, I'm going to join you with that one. I'm going to give it to Berry Hill, too. Like I said, Kiefer's is really known for his football, but like I said, Berry Hill, like I said, they're a great basketball program. So I'm going to go and ride with you with that one and take Berry Hill also.
Well, Fairview has a nice team. Talking about the next one, Fairview and Sealing.
Yes, sir.
And we saw Fairview at Veneta Summer League or Summer Team Camp, and they get up and down. They're tall. They got shooters. They got really good. I want to say it's a freshman, but I have to look. I know the young lady, not off the top of my head, but I know she is. I know she does, and they got a really nice player. They're going to get up and press you and get after you, and so that's Fairview. Now Sealing. You walk in there, it's like Dale over there. You got to put your glasses on when you walk in over Sealing because they got the back-to-back gold balls over there. I can tell you one year I did a tryout for All-State, and as soon as the tryout was open, it was open gym, and like 50 kids came out of the middle of nowhere to come open gym because that's what they do. They hang out and they shoot basketball in a hoop, and Sealing's one of those teams, a couple of years ago that was in that Mustang tournament. And
Yep.
So they're not scared to play nobody.
I remember that.
On that one, man, I'm telling you, I like my team. I like my kids at Fairview, but I'm going to go with tradition. I'm going to go Sealing on that one.
Well, Coach, I know Sealing, like you said, is a small school. You talk about them being in 3A. Are they going to be? I'm asking you this question: are they going to be able to compete with Washington? Are they going to be able to compete?
Well, no, they're Sealing's a B team.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're looking at Victory. Sealing's a B team, and Fairview's a Class 2A.
Okay. So Sealing have a good chance to win its deal then, right?
Yeah, but I think I think Sealing B1. They may be in there with Canute. I can't.
Yeah, remember. I was going to say Canute's up with our girl Jaylee Gray. I know where Canute's at, folks.
Yeah,
I got the map out. Hey, I got the keys out, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to head that way right now, Jaylee Gray. Come to see you, girl.
Yeah.
Come get the game one day. Not today, but one day.
Yeah. Well,
Coach, you talk about Victory Christian and Rejoice Christian. Rejoice Christian is a school that our young lady that ended up going to Lincoln Christian.
Yeah.
So the only thing about this, Coach, I know in this game you're gonna get a lot of Christians. So ain't nobody gonna go wrong because they all gonna get good prayers. So I think Rejoice. I don't know that much about them. Victory's always been a decent team, but when you start looking at these two teams, man, I mean they're both great. Programs. Football, basketball, and all the other sports. So I don't know who to take in this one, but if I had to roll, I'm going to take Victory Christian.
I think that's a good choice. Rejoice has 6'1" girl, Sarah, in the post. They've got another young lady. Gosh, what is her name? Rayleigh. I believe Rayleigh. Sorry, Rayleigh, I can't remember your last name off the top of my head, but they got Rayleigh, nice young shooter that can go. And, they're a good program. They lost Haley, but they still got 6'1", and it is a rivalry between the two.
Yes, sir.
Then you got Victory. I had a young lady on the other night, Riley Johnson, the guard. Liz breathe, eat basketball. When she's a Victory Christian, you got some kids at Victory Christian that are guards. Vanessa Coleman went through that group, or Sarah, her younger sister went through there, or older sister. Vanessa, I think. But again. Victory's going to be good. They're coached by a good coach. Haley does a good job over there at Victory Christian. So I think they have a little bit more firepower, a little more depth, and I'm going to give Victory that nod. But I put it in my list because there are two ranked teams, and you know what? They're fighting to get in that top 10. And, a win by Rejoice may knock Victory out of the top 20, and a win by Victory may put them in a 15th spot, which is good. So, we're fighting for playoff spots here, who you play, who you don't play. It's kind of like, when we talk about, like the next game, you want to go jump the next game, Deer Creek, Spopa?
No, I'm sorry. I'm I'm sitting here playing with the camera, Coach. I'm having fun. I don't know what I'm doing.
You got Deer.
Is that it?
That's it. We're good.
We're good. So, well, let's talk about, like I said, let's talk about the Deer Creek game. This is a must win for Deer Creek too. You know, they got Sapopa, a good team. You know, I don't know who can pull this off. I know Deer Creek's point guard was kind of beat up, so hopefully she's back by tomorrow. Darian Johnson, you know, prayers for her. I know she kind of bumped her head a couple of games ago, so hopefully she's back and she's ready to go. But Tapopa's a good team. You know, they got the McCorders girl, young lady that can go, that's really quick and athletic. So this is a team that, you know, is fighting to be, you know, first in that district. So this is a tough game for Deer Creek. You know, you got to get Peyton Jones going again. I know they're starting a couple of freshmen, you know, and Amani, number 10, a really, really good athletic young lady that can play. You know, probably more better on the defensive side of the ball right now. You know, when you start throwing freshmen in a game, you know, they're coming out of middle school, junior high, you know, so it's a whole different ball game. When you start seeing these girls that's 14, 15 years old playing against a woman that's 18, might be going to turn 19. So, but I think this is a must win for Deer Creek. You know, if they're trying to get to the playoffs and they're trying to get to where they need to be, it's a must win, because when you start getting down there in lower seats, you're going to play a higher seat, and you're going to have to play an A game to try to knock somebody off. So I'm going to go and get the edge to Sapopa. I don't know if Deer Creek don't have a starting point guard, you're asking somebody else to step up, and you're already starting a couple of true freshmen now. So, and, you know, when having some of your top players going and Jazz. So, I mean, but they do got a good post player in Adriana that can help them get there. But you're going to need help from everybody else. You know, you're probably going to need a 25-point game from, you know, Peyton Jones that's done it already this year. But the problem with that, Coach, everybody knows she can do it, so she's not going to get the runaround free. And Sapopa's going to be athletic enough, have enough athletic girls to cover her and shut her down from doing that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you know, I put this up there when I looked at the district standings, and I'm looking at them right now in front of me. You know, you've got Edmond North at 1, you got Sapulpa at 2. You know, now they haven't played each other, but now that 3 spot comes Piedmont, 1 loss. You've got Deer Creek with 2, and you got Yukon with 3. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So, you know, the thing there is that this is, you know, I put this on there for Deer Creek. They've got to win. You know, I mean, you can't drop to Sapulpa and be 3 games behind, and you still got to play Sapulpa and Edmond North again. I mean, you know, it's a win that you got to have because of where you're at in the standings. And now you talk about, I don't remember how you cross bracket, but you start looking ahead. You start going, you know, I got to win this game, or I'm going to be playing, you know, I'm going to be playing Mustang or something first round or something like that. You know, I mean, you know, so that's why I put it on there.
No, it's a must win for Deer Creek, you know, but like I said, is the game at Deer Creek? Is it Sapulpa? Do you know?
That's Sapulpa. So Sapulpa's going to walk. I give Sapulpa the nod on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you with that, Coach, with Sapulpa. So, safe travel to Deer Creek, though.
Yeah, safe travels, and you know, and so that last one I put on there, you know, is again as a 3A, you know, and if you're not familiar with 3As and 4As, they're all important because y'all trying to stay in the rankings. That's where it puts you at in playoffs. And, you know, and people don't understand that we have to do as a 4A coach, we've got to figure out where we're going to be. Everything counts, you know, even a overtime 1-point victory, someone may think you're not good enough.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're not, oh, look at them, they struggled, you know, well, you know, you don't know. And the bad part is you don't know. I might have kids with flu, you know, a kid might have rolled their ankle. I mean, you know, I can't put in my memo on my wins and losses. Hey, 1 by 2, 3 kids were not there that night. Nobody knows. They're going to look at it and go, oh, like, you know, unless you watched film last night. You know, we talk about Putnam North Muskogee.
Yeah.
Was everybody there? Was somebody missing? Did Muskogee have like new kids, or did they finally just shoot, you know, found a way to score?
$1 million question, Coach.
Huh?
That's a $1 million question.
I'm just saying, but see, it doesn't matter. It's a win in the district. You move on. See, in rankings, now you go, well, you know, let me see. You know, Muskogee lost here, and Putnam North barely won, so I might take them down a spot.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we did with 4A down. So, you know, and that last one I put up there, again, like I said, Anadarko, Elk City. You know, Coach Gates does a good job at Anadarko. He's lost some kids from when he took the job. Transfer portal, you know, got him. But they're still Anadarko. Elk City does a good job. Never been in that gym. If you've never been in that gym, I hear about it. Man, it is nice. It's like a palace out off of I-40 out in Elk City. You know, that's why I asked you know where Elk City is, because it's on your way to Canute, Tony.
Hey, I stopped by. I've been to Elk City. They used to have 3-on-3 tournaments back in the day, Coach. When I was young and I could play and I had hair. But yeah, Elk City's a good little town. But I'm gonna get an edge there in the dark. I still think they got a couple of young ladies that still can go. I know a few years ago, and I know when they came to your deal over at OBU, that team was really nice. But I know something like you said, transfer portals got some of them. Some's graduated, but I mean, still got some players though. I mean, the Anadarko tournament is usually a pretty good tournament. I know one year Jennifer was worried about it. I think it's the first year she won her state championship. She's worried about playing in Anadarko because the town shuts down, and it's a great atmosphere for women's basketball. I think the tribes come out and all that. So, but Anadarko is always going to be a good, basketball team. But Elk City's not a bad team itself. But I'm gonna get an edge at Anadarko.
Yeah, well, they got a good guard play at Elk City. You don't see them because they don't play on a circuit, but they're very athletic. They'll play in a small circuit around, just MAYB stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe Elk City gets that one at home.
Okay, Coach. Okay, we disagreed.
Got to divide. I got to divide it somewhere, man. We can't be all. Somebody got to be there. Somebody got to win or lose. This ain't no tie here.
No. Like you said, it's some great games, but like I said, Coach, some big time tournaments coming up this week. I know UConn's in a big time tournament, man. I mean, I know they're trying to get their stuff together. You're in a big time tournament, so Bartlesville. There's some really good tournaments out there this week. I know a lot of teams are coming off from being in Vegas, playing in Tulsa, being in Tulsa, playing the Tournament of Champions, being at the Bank 7, Mustang Classic. So a lot of teams are coming off tournaments, but a lot of these girls are probably ready to relax and have a good weekend and not have basketball and get to hang out and be a kid for the weekend. But, like I said, I know you're off this, not off, but you're off playing in a tournament. So a lot of great basketball. I know you're going to probably get a chance to talk to some young ladies where you're at. So I'm looking forward to it, though. Like I said, it's going to be some good basketball. Like I said, it all kicks off again tomorrow night, folks. So you might catch us Wednesday night. Coach will be up in his tournament Thursday. So if he can get to me, we will get together. If not, we'll string something together and find it and let everybody know what's going on. He'll do a great job keeping people posted what's going on in that tournament. I try to do my best to keep what's going on in the Chisholm tournament where CJ those guys are at, and the Bartlesville tournament. I know their coach will do a good job, getting stuff out. So you'll have a lot of coverage this weekend on the Oklahoma High School girls basketball between the lines with all the tournaments that's going on. And like I said, a lot of this is for, like Coach said, these younger teams, these younger classes, not younger teams, but the smaller classes. It's all about the ranking and keep your name in there so you don't drop too low. So you're not having to cross bracket or play a top team. And I think that's what Mustangs and UConn's kind of worried about, because you keep dropping those games. You're gonna might have to, when you cross bracket, you might have to face a PC North or Westmore or Choctaw, one of them teams like that.
Well, the difference that you have there is that is your placement of trying to at least get that you can take that one loss and still come through the loser bracket.
Yeah.
But if you get yourself in a situation where you're playing a good team, that first round's one and done, and then you're done. So 4A and below you get double elimination, but you still want to have a good one. You want to be able to host. You want to be able to host your districts. You want to be able to, so it is very important for smaller schools. Every game matters.
So you said,
for bigger schools, every game matters if you're talking about pride.
Yeah.
I didn't see no 6A, 5A coach go, hell, we just lost. It don't matter. We don't care. It's about pride in your program. You are in the rule of you're in the age of transfer portal, so you show something that someone might like. You never know. They may be coming over to your school the next month.
That's it. But, Coach, you know what time it is.
Yep.
You know what time it is.
Time is it?
It's time to go. If you're joining us on the Monday night, get ready to kick off the second season of high school girls basketball, Oklahoma High School girls basketball between the lines. My man, Coach V, as we try to bring you all the greatest games, all the greatest hits, and all the things that's going on in between Calumet, Elk City, all the way to El Reno, all the way to Oklahoma City, Hare, everybody. We're bringing it to you. We'd like to thank you again. We still need you to like and subscribe and give us views and give us thumbs up, folks. We're falling behind. Thank God this ain't my full-time job, or my family wouldn't eat this much. They wouldn't get the heat, Coach.
Act like you college ramen noodles.
I know. I mean, I'm telling you, Coach. So we need you guys to like and subscribe. Get us back on, man. Whoever you're cheating on us with, it's time to come back home because we're going to take care of you. But like I said, thank you. We appreciate everything that everybody does for us. We love the comments. We love the thumbs up. But like I said, we want to get to 300. That's our goal, and we're right there. So help us get to that point. So, but thank you, Coach. Good luck to you tomorrow night as you take on whoever you playing.
You know what? Let's talk about them. Sorry, real quick.
Okay.
We played Dixon, and prayers out to the Dixon community.
Yes, sir.
Young man, young basketball player on the boys' side. Got in a car wreck, him and another young person, and both of them passed away. So, prayers are out to Dixon. I know tomorrow we're going to set up something for. They decided to still play the game, so we want to set something up for them to help those families out. So we're going to have a box or something go around, cash, whatever we need to do to help that community recover from a tough time. So prayers out to that family, and to the community of Dixon.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's always sad when you lose a family member, especially at this young age. So, like I said, hopefully the family can, keep together, stay strong. And like I said, people keep the Dixon team, boys and girls, in your prayers. Like I said, this is the most important. I mean, basketball is fun, but when you start getting to real life, it's real life stuff. So, Coach, I appreciate you for everything that you do. Good luck to you tomorrow night. Go take care of business, and I'll catch you sometime tomorrow. All right. See ya.
We'd like to thank the following sponsors: Above the Line Hoops, Prep Girl Hoops, Keep It 100, and for the latest in high school girls basketball action, check out the podcast on YouTube at Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines.